Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to American Aerospace YouTube channel. Today we'll be building my first more higher power rocket using a D12-5, which I will get in one sec. Here are the engines we'll be using. They're D12-5s from Hobby Lobby. A simple $10 did the trick. And today, of course, let's get started. I do not know how to put the decals on. They might be water slide, and I'm not good with water slide from past experience. Here is our balsa wood wooden fins. And I will now be starting to space stuff out because I don't have enough room on the small desk. So, we will first things first. Let's get the sandpaper out because we always have to sand the balsa wood before any further instructions. And let me get a Sharpie. A hobby knife would be fun too. Alright. Here's all the materials. I will now tell you when it's started, and I'll be ready in one sec. Now that things are more organized here, we will be now starting to sand down the fins. Fins shouldn't be that bad. I'm just trying to get any other excess layers off. It does say you're supposed to round the edges, but I'm not rounding the edges. I don't need best result. I just need proof that I actually built it. And I'm not going to sand too hard because I know I don't need to sand that bad for it to do its job. Of course, disclaimer, please round your edges on your fins for best result. I'm just doing this so I can cut better and just have a smoother experience. Alright, let's get these instructions out. And now that we're done sanding, we can put the water slide sticker off to the side too. We can now check inventory. We have main body tube. We have a part of the motor mount. The green payload base section. The two hemispheres of the nose cone. Pretty thick nose cone in my opinion. And the bag of parts. I will now be discarding of any trash I have. Alright, let's open up these instructions. Pretty big instructions, not gonna lie. First, of course, it says to sand. I'm gonna get a better close up. Alright, one sec. It does say we need to sand, as you can see here. Let me move some stuff off to the side. So, let me move the instructions. Move that out of the way. Move this out of the way. I will be now cutting the fins. These are not like my Crossfire. Rest in peace, Crossfire. It had an unfortunate, inevitable fail. Speaking of the devil, I can go get this. Here's what happened to Crossfire. I had not put the fins in correctly somehow, and it exploded. And it came down in not good condition. So, unfortunately, we will not be flying that ever again. That's the first fin. Crossfire did go very high, but I'm pretty sure I put in the recovery wadding too tight. And I put like 5 or 6 pieces in there, and it blocked the nose cone from deploying. Alright, let's now start smoothing down the edges now that we have all 3 fins cut out. Sandpaper, there it is. Ah, no, stuff's falling. Alright. Alright, so, there. Super glue. Alright. We'll now be sanding the edges of each fin. You have to make sure it's only enough to get rid of the little nubs for best performance. I have lied. I will be sanding the edges because it's not that bad. All right. All right. Last fin. There. Some sawdust. Next on the list, let's see. It says to make some markings. Alright, so we will be making a mark on the body tube. Where does it say? Make a mark in the middle of any 2 fin slots. Use a door frame to extend the line. Alright. We have a Sharpie, unfortunately, instead. So. And use the door. What does it say? Use the door frame to extend the line. Alright. Let's get a, I don't have a pencil. I don't want to use a pen, though. Alright, let me get a pencil. Alright, I have a pencil. I don't know where I got it. I've just had a pencil. Alright, that was not funny. Anyway, I'm using a ruler because I don't have a door frame. It doesn't matter how long it said, so. Oof, that's a really not good line. That's better. Alright. That's what it should look like roughly. It never said how long again, so I would just say estimate. Alright. Let me pause. Let me clean up my workstation. Alright, now the workstation's cleaned up. Let's see what it says. Assemble engine mount. You can take screenshots or pictures if you need to. That's what it should look like. Alright. Let's get building. Let me fold this so I can use it. So I need a pencil, and I need what's in the bag. We have a launch lug, 2 O-rings, separate O-rings, 2 more O-rings that are, I'm guessing, laser cut balsa wood. Be careful with those. And we have the parachute, and we have a full 1-year warranty. Let's put the launch lug, launch lug 2, off to the side. We'll be needing this, from what it looks like. Alright, let's do some sanding. It says we don't need to do sanding, so I guess I'm not gonna. We're gonna be cutting these now. So, from what it looks like, there are 2 fat O-rings. It's pretty thick balsa wood, so you don't have to be as careful, but still be careful. And be very careful with the nub. You will only be needing the outsides, so you may discard of the insides. But still be careful with the little nub right here. You don't want that snapping off. As for the motor retainer, I think it's called, this little metal piece. So, ooh, don't cut with that side. Oh, I almost cut my finger off. That wouldn't be good. I will be assuming there will be two parts to this. One where I'm doing all of this, and the second one where I'm doing all the painting. All right, that's one done. Ooh, don't cut too far. All right. And all right, we now made discard of these two pieces. I'm just gonna put them back in the bag, save space. All right, we're gonna do a dry fit of everything. Make sure. That's why I did a dry fit. It does need sanding on the inside. What you gotta do is roll your sandpaper up. It's harder than it looks, actually. All right, now for this piece. All right, yeah, we're gonna have to do a little bit more sanding. I know this is a boring part, but it's a necessary part in the building the model rocket. Whoa. Really doesn't want to go on today. Try the other one. That's much easier. All right. That's okay. We can deal with that a little bit later. Next up, it says on the list is make some markings. So let's get out this ruler and let's get out a pencil. It says from bottom to top, we need a couple markings. We need one at 1/2 of an inch. So starting from the bottom, 1/2 of an inch, aka 13 millimeters. So remember, always use the right side, please. I beg you. And then we need 1 inch from the top. All right. And now we need 2 1/4 from the top, or from the bottom, I should say. That's what it should look like. They are a little bit rough lines. I don't know if you guys can see that. Insert. It says to insert to the top. Let's do a quick dry seeing. All right. Remember, please cut on the right side. I know I'm using the right side, so please cut. As you can see, this is what it should look like so far. And please, this is a disclaimer. This is only meant to complement the instructions. Always follow the instructions over videos, please. Thank you. Next. It says for the big O-ring, we're gonna dry fit. It's meant to fit around here. Really? Slide D to 1 inch. Yeah? Well, I guess so. Anyway, please use Elmer's glue or any type of that type of glue. I will just be using simple old-fashioned gel super glue. Did it? Oh. Oh, that's open. All right. I thought that had a cap on it because nothing was coming out. All right. Cap all the way on. I'm trying to get it down to the bottom. All right, that should be good. Now, we quickly slide up and into the 1 inch mark. Ah! No. 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 No, 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 no. No. Come on. No, get off. No. Oh, no, 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 no. I forgot something. Oh, I'm cutting the camera. Wait. I almost just risked the whole losing of the rocket. You can obviously tell I'm really stressed right now. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Oh, that was horrible. See, don't do that. Don't do that. That will be horrible. What you're supposed to really do is put your thing, the retainer, into the spot. See? Oh, I'm shaking right now. That was horrible. I almost just lost the rocket. Oh, my whole fingers are covered in super glue now. Alright. Oh, today's not a good day, really. Alright, let's try this again. We're going to be dry fitting this time. Is the inside dry? Is this side dry? They're both dry. Alright. Let's try this again. Take 2. Action. This is why you don't use super glue when you are making rockets. This is to the inch mark, so there. Now, verify this is to the inch mark. In my opinion, this is the second hardest part of the rocket. All right. Close call, Noah. Close call. So next up, apply glue to the inside of A and then insert C. Where do I want to insert it to? I guess to wherever it says. All right. Ow! I didn't know my fingers can get burns from that. It's starting to burn now. All right, I'm dumb. I know I'm dumb. All right. Oh, I'm sorry for wasting your time. All right, still in shock somehow. Dry fit time. As you can see, it fits inside, nice and square. Now, let me make sure I am inserting it in the top in the correct position. All right, now. All right, now we let dry for a little bit. I'll come back to you guys and actually wait, balls, hold on. I can do this. I can finish the motor mount before I do anything. All right, so. This, what? They're both E, all right. All right, now. All right. That was one of the single hardest parts of the whole rocket right there. All right. All right, we have to unfold it one more now. All right, in the meantime, while we're letting it dry, we will be now separating the two halves, aka hemispheres of this rocket on the nose cone. It's harder than it looks. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna keep my viewers entertained. Harder than it looks. Alright. This is so cool, dude. I like this. Alright. Let's see. So, this has to cut. Do not cut off eyelet. Cut that off. I'm gonna do something for the safety of my egg. I will be putting a little bit of masking tape. I prefer the blue masking tape because blue is sometimes superior. Huh? Excuse me? Do you want to explain yourself, Mr. Knife? Alright, this egg is really weird and good and bad at the same time. Which way is on tighter? There. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. I swear. I swear. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. What? That happens. I mean, to be fair, this is the Temu hobby knife. I don't want to get any, I mean, I'm not too special, so making sure this is nice and tight on. There. There. See? That's not gonna be good. Alright, so I did that. Alright. There. Bada bing, bada boom. Alright, blue masking tape. You really can't even cut masking tape, huh? That's how dull this knife is? Alright. Alright, scissors. This is a job for Scissor Man, not Superman. That's nice and tight, secure fit. Don't worry, I'm not forgetting about the engine mount. I prioritize this over engine mount right now because I still want to let it dry. Let it dry, let it dry. Let it dry up in. Alright, I don't know where that's going. All right. I would like to say that the nose cone is complete. As y'all can see, wow, 2734 in. All right. I don't mind that being stuck in. Nose cone we now put off to the side because we don't need it for a long time. And AKA dry fitting. It's a pretty long rocket. They said it was 19 inches, so it's a pretty fat one, not gonna lie. Alright, so everything is dry and in place because I did use super glue. Alright. Alright, so I need to do a hack I learned from a YouTuber. Dry fitting works good. Alright. Now, we'll use... Alright, wait, I should start with the bottom. You couldn't believe how hard it is to squeeze this. Alright, now. Alright. Nice and aligned. Oh! Alright, I need to now do a little loop with this. There. Ever had your eyes burn from the super glue? That's not good. Alright, now we let dry for a little bit, and I'll come back to you guys soon.